What's up, YouTube? Just wanted to make a little update video on the direction of this channel. Make sure I got this camera set up straight for you. So, if you've been watching me, if you've been paying attention to my Instagram, which if you're watching this, I'm trying to link the two together. You should know that I do a lot of live videos, live streams that go on for half hour, 45 minutes. Instead of doing YouTube videos. And what I want to do now is do live streaming videos. I'm sorry, not live streaming videos. I want to do YouTube videos instead because I'm realizing that I'm not getting a lot of activity on Instagram for having 40,000 followers in the live stream, and then once the live video is over with, it's gone forever and you lose it. So I just want to get you guys a little update on what's going on in my life and what I'm going to be doing. As you know, I have a Land Rover LR4 on SUV. I love this truck. I'll probably do a video of a complete review of this truck shortly. It has been off-road, not a lot, but you know, I've done some things. So check out my YouTube video. There's not a lot of videos. I got about 7 videos out there. You can see where I took it off-roading in Old Forge, New York. It was pretty fun. But my intention is probably to keep this truck. I have test drove a Range Rover, and being that if I was to get the Range Rover, I would have to spend about $100,000 because with what I owe a little bit of money on this truck. Not upside down or anything, but I'd only have, maybe those Range Rovers are 120 grand, so 20 grand would go down on taxes and stuff, and then the other 100 would come out of my pocket. Or I get a supercar. Now that option is going to be even more expensive than $100,000. It could be as much as $300,000. But I'm going to be receiving some money shortly, and I'm not going to buy a sports car in the dead of winter. So depending on what the money is, it's going to drive the decision on what the car is going to be. I sat in the Mercedes-Benz GTR. I didn't get to drive it, and in fact, the dealer told me they'll let me sit in one when another one comes in because all they had was one that was already sold. And I said, I gotta drive the thing. I can't just sit in it. Maybe they'll let me tool around in the parking lot with it or something like that. So that's kind of on the low end, the Mercedes GTR, and those are probably pick one up for maybe 170. Slightly higher than that is the McLaren 570S, but I'll be honest with you, the 570S, just the lines of it and the shape and design, I do like it, and I will drive it, and we'll be making a video of that too. But my heart truly is smitten by the 720S. So what we're going to do now is, because I live in a small market. This is Buffalo, New York. So we don't have a McLaren dealership. We don't have a Lamborghini dealership, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, all that. The best we have is Porsche. And I went to Porsche dealer. I was going to test drive a Porsche locally, and I ended up getting to test drive a 911 Turbo. Very nice car. I think that was a little bit, that would be at the lowest end of my price range, but it looks like a Volkswagen Beetle, and I told the guy that, and he was insulted, and no, not too insulted. It was kind of funny. I had to take that dig, and his only argument with the McLaren, he's like, you're never gonna be able to sell it. I said, listen, buddy, I'm not gonna want to sell it, and when I do want to sell it, it's gonna be nationally, put it on eBay or something like that. That's the only way you can get rid of those cars. But I'm not worried about getting rid of the car. I'm worried about getting the car, and we're gonna do a cash deal. We're not financing. I see YouTubers financing $300,000 cars. I don't know how you guys do it. It's crazy. You must be sweating bullets at night, making sure that you're pulling in enough ad revenue to pay for these car payments. But no, you should be buying. Once the car, in my opinion, if you're spending over $100,000 on a car, you should probably buy it cash. So I went to Grand Touring Automobiles in Ontario, outside of Toronto, and I talked to the Lamborghini dealer. He said most people buy these cars cash, and that was the thing too. There's the Lamborghini Aventador. That is beyond my price range. I don't believe that's going to be and I don't want to get an old, higher mileage one for the simple fact that it's a Lamborghini and it's going to cost a goddamn arm and a leg to fix if anything goes wrong with it. So we're gonna Lamborghini's probably off the table. The Huracan, I just don't like those hard lines, I guess. I'm really more, I find the 720S to be the ultimate attractive car, and it's faster. So what we're going to be doing in the springtime, and I'll be making a video and hopefully getting better video equipment. I'm sorry for this. I'm using a Samsung S9 Plus, which is a great phone, but for video, I would be better served using a real camera. You might ask why I haven't bought one yet, but because I have 7 subscribers on YouTube, and this phone works good for Instagram, and it's very convenient while I'm out. But back to the cars. So I did drive a Porsche 911 Turbo, had a ball with it, but I told the guy, I said, I have to drive a McLaren, and who knows, maybe I'll drive a McLaren and I'll say, really? This is what another $200,000 gets you? Talking about the 720. And I'll drive the 570. Maybe I'll love the 570. I don't know. I've only seen these cars in person a couple times because we don't have a dealer. And the other thing too, and it's probably a good thing, you have to buy used if you're buying them in Ontario, because they don't want to be poaching from like the United States market in New York. So he said that he couldn't even sell me a new Lamborghini or McLaren. I gotta buy a used one, which is fine because they have a handful of cars with 1,000 miles on it. So we're gonna get a very low mileage example of one of these cars. So really the top cars in the running right now is clearly the 720S, the 570 McLaren to some extent, but what I probably would go for is that Mercedes GTR because it was just gorgeous inside, and I know it's not as fast, but I'm a luxury guy, you know. This, if you look at my Instagram at #AnthonyRon82, which is the same name as my YouTube video, you'll see that it's all focused on the luxury lifestyle. And to be honest with you, I even considered, I am considering a Rolls-Royce Wraith, a coupe with the suicide doors, because let's face it, it's gonna be more practical. I can take a Rolls-Royce and drive on these crappy streets we have here up in Buffalo, New York, not worry about it. I can drive up anybody's driveway and not worry about scraping. Not to mention it's gonna be cushier, more comfortable, and more infotainment stuff, and all that little fancy stuff Rolls-Royce does, like the glass dashboard and artwork in there. It's just gorgeous. So I mean, if I could have everything, I'd have a Rolls-Royce, definitely, and then I'd have the 720, and then I'd have my Land Rover. So this only has 30,000 miles on it. It's been reliable for me, except I bought it from new. I've had it for 2.5 years. I like to use and if you watch my video where I crushed a can with the suspension system, it's got an off-road system where there's an access height, a drive height. Right now it's an access height, so it's crouched down. It's got access, normal driving mode, and then off-road. And I use it all the time. Like one of the things I don't like about it is you can't keep it in off-road mode over 30 miles an hour. But I use it so much that I burned out the actuator. I don't even know what it cost to fix, but it was fixed under warranty. So I'm proud to say that in the time I've had this car, 2.5 years, 30,000 miles, that suspension actuator, the pump, because it's an airbag suspension, the pump blew out. So if you own one of these cars, if you got the airbag suspension and you're out of warranty, take it easy on that thing, because you might want to only use it if you are really going off-road with it, because if I was doing that, I'd only use it like once, but I use it every day. And if it breaks, I fix it. But I'd probably take it easy on it now, just because the hassle of it breaking. It was stuck. It was stuck in access mode, which means it's sitting down on its bushings. So it drove like a piece of shit. You're not supposed to drive full speed with it. But no, they took it in, they fixed it. It was a great experience. Big props to Land Rover Buffalo. They take care of me. My dealer guy there, Alex, he's great. If I was to buy a Porsche, I would buy it from there because it's a Porsche, Land Rover, Volvo dealer. But again, in terms of time frame, hope everybody's gonna have a good Christmas. We're 5 days out of Christmas right now. I'm guessing I'll be looking at cars in earnest in spring. So, I don't know, March, April. March is usually when I buy cars. That's when I bought this. And a little background too on me is I had a Camaro SS. I had a Camaro SS and a Hummer H3 for a few years. And that Camaro was a ball. I loved it. But I only had a 2-car garage back then, so we were having to park a car in the driveway and back around it and everything. And now I got the 3-car, which is essentially a 4-car. If you look at it, we could put another car in here, like sideways. So we're gonna. So what was I gonna say? So we're gonna start looking at cars in earnest. But before the car thing happens, as a big component of this channel is also my house, our Housezilla, as I call it, or my mansion, or it's a 5,500 square foot mid-century modern with a 3,000 square foot basement. So we got 8,500 square foot. Essentially a 4-car garage that we're gonna fill with the cars. But you know, my whole direction for this channel is to be focused on the luxury lifestyle. You can see I post a lot of artwork. I'm an art collector. You know, not professionally, but I do buy and sell a lot of art. And what we're doing in this house now is I've already paid for half of it, and the materials are being manufactured, is my California closet, which is going to be coming January 21st and the 22nd are the dates that they're supposed to be doing the build. And we're going to be doing the entire room. We're going to be doing an entire room that used to be an office, and it's adjacent to the master bedroom, which is on the first floor of this house. Because right now I don't have a walk-in closet. I just have 3 big closets, but I had a walk-in at my old house, and I just moved here 3 months ago. So everything's in disarray, and I have so many clothes, and you know, I'm into fashion and high-end clothing, and Valentino and Versace and Dolce & Gabbana and all that good stuff. So I need a good home for everything to get housed. So we're dropping $20,000 on a California closet. It's a closet that is, if you go on Zillow and look at big mansions and stuff, you might see a closet like this in a $10 million house in California. And that's really what it's going to look like. We're sparing no expense on this closet. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that. And while we're looking at the closet, we might as well look at my clothing collection, because you notice some of the shirts I wear in my pictures on Instagram. We did a lot of shopping out in Toronto on Bloor Street, because in order to go shopping for super high-end stuff, you gotta leave Buffalo. We don't have Dolce & Gabbana or Yves Saint Laurent or Versace or any of that here. But the good news is, being that I'm in the Buffalo Niagara area, I'm 20 minutes away, or 2 hours away from Toronto. So I could be down there and go shopping, and that's probably where I'm going to buy my McLaren. The McLaren is what I buy. And I love Canada, love Toronto. So big shout out to Toronto and Canada. You guys have actually helped me grow my Instagram too, because every time I go to Toronto and take pictures, when you geotag something in Toronto, you get a lot of activity, because it's the biggest city in Canada. So I'm in Buffalo, Niagara, but I'm 8 hours away from New York. You can see we spent a lot of time in New York, took a lot of videos, took a lot of pictures, went and saw a lot of art. So I spent a lot of time in New York. I might even work in New York eventually down the line, see how that goes. So we go to New York, go to Toronto, and that's how I keep things interesting around here, because sticking around in Buffalo, New York, I do like where I come from, but it's a cheap place to live, relatively cheap, except for the taxes. We got the taxes on this house is $19,000 a year. That is not cheap. If you look up annual property taxes, almost pushing 20 grand. So we pay high taxes. Houses are kind of cheap, and people bitch about the taxes in New York all the time, but you can make it in New York. You can make it here, and if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And with that, I'll leave you guys with that. So stay tuned for the California closet, which is going in next month. It's getting close. We're going to be getting the floor done first, so I'll probably make a video, just a little preview. We're going to be probably doing like a marble floor, travertine or something like that, some solid material. Got an electrician coming in to move some stuff around before they do the closet, because the closet, they don't do electric. So that's coming next. And then the car, I'll probably make more videos because I do think about the cars a lot and what I'm going to do next. Am I going to get a Mercedes GTR? Am I going to get a 720S? Can I afford a 720S? I don't know. We'll see. So all I know is I'm not taking out any car notes. We're going to pay this bad boy off. We got 20 grand left on it, which ain't bad because it's worth, these are worth, I don't know, 45, 50 on the lot, especially with the low mileage. So those are the two big things, newsworthy items that are happening. Maybe in the future I'll get into my personal life, my professional life. You might wonder, why's this guy got all this time in his hands and where's this money coming from? I can't really get into that in detail yet, but when I am able to, I will totally do that, just so you guys can get a little more taste of what's going on here, and also too, I could help you guys do what I did to become successful. So that's kind of what another thing that I think I can add to the YouTube and Instagram community. You know, I do have an MBA in finance and a lot of experience in the corporate world and in banking and in bank audit in particular. Audit is where I'm from. And it doesn't sound too glamorous, does it? It doesn't sound too lucrative. It's not stockbroker or anything, but you would be surprised how much money you can make with a career in audit. So, okay, I'll let you guys go. We'll be uploading this video. Try to keep it on all the platforms. Everything I do, I try to put it out on sometimes LinkedIn, Instagram, of course. I've gotten back into Facebook. What else? Using Periscope for videos sometimes for live feeds when I do that. But like I said, I think the live stuff is going to be limited a little bit. We're going to be doing more YouTube videos and vlog style things like that. But the setting is mostly going to be from this home. But when we do go places and test drive cars and do things like that, you'll be the first to know. But go check out my off-roading video with this truck. It's a good time. The can crusher, you know, I was just messing around, having fun. I crushed a can with the truck, as you can see. I didn't set this high enough because if I did, it would have compressed it completely. But I was kind of copying a video that I saw on YouTube from like 10 years ago where they had this $80,000 truck and he crushed the can completely flat with one of those bag trucks, the dualies that are like, it's like totally low to the ground, but kind of inspired by that to do it. But so yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm gonna try to put out content, video content, at least once a week. But knowing me, at least lately, when I got the time on my hands, we'll probably be doing vlogs more like every couple days, just to keep you guys in the loop on what's going on, especially when the closet goes in, when the car shopping commences. So with that, guys, I'm out, and thank you for watching. If you did like this video, please like it, please subscribe. I'm starving for subscribers. As you can see, this channel has hardly anybody on it, so trying to grow it organically and take you guys along on the journey, and how I can try to achieve some level of Insta fame and maybe become a YouTuber. So if you guys want to help me out, I appreciate it. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.